So you can imagine what happens in the minds of the people that are Scrum Masters, product owners, all that stuff, and the C-suite. I actually thought that there was something to this Scrum. So 3 years ago, I got certified. To understand. And also to help the C-suite people know about Scrum. Know about building better products. So I'll take you through some slides to tell you my own thoughts. Okay? Next slide. You have a situation, I'm sure most of you here that do Agile, you are here. You have your Scrum team, you're doing Scrum by the book. You tell them come up with so many buzzwords. As far as they are concerned, that is your leadership. Okay? They've given them a target. The board has given the C-suite a target for this year. I'm giving you so and so millions, and you must deliver so and so millions. They don't care how you get it. They don't care how you do it. All they want is results. Okay? So if you tell them, we want outcomes, not outputs, they're like, what's the difference? Okay? I want money. So you have a situation where you have this set of people ready and willing to work. And the others, as far as they're concerned, annual budget, fixed scope, and nothing must change. So what do you do? Next slide. You have a situation where as you bring in your ideas, what you see is this. Friction, slow decisions, unsafe delivery. Because fundamentally, they do not have the same mindset as you. They don't understand why I should go through this particular framework to get what I want. All they want is result. For instance, let's say one of your CEOs goes for one of these Harvard courses. He comes back and he says that I saw how they did it in so company. And he comes back and says, Princess, I need you to come up with this thing the next 2 months. And you say, oh, yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. You don't tell him what it will take using Agile to get to that point. And you go back to your seat and think, oh my God, what will I do? You are faced with that conundrum. Okay? But what you will find out after some time is that you need to speak up. You may say, sorry, I'm a low-level staff. Why should I speak up? Who will listen? Who will hear me? It belongs on you that even your next line manager should even understand Agile. If the man doesn't understand Agile, how will the person plead your case when you are not available? So you'll find out that, next slide, Agile is a management system, not a team process. Everybody in your organization must understand, to a certain extent, what Agile means. If they don't understand it, they cannot plead your case. So it belongs on you to actually find out how do you get everyone to understand what Agile is. And is it even Agile that we need? The other lady at the keynote speaker was talking about FMCG. I'm just imagining Agile in FMCG. Can you imagine? They have this slow process, and all they want to do is just change the label. Why do you need Agile for that? How do you explain to the CEO that changing the bottle needs Agile? You need to do Agile. Okay? So it's very interesting conundrum. Next slide. Agile is a management system, not a team process. Now, because a lot of people misunderstand Agile, they think it's just a local. I'm sure in most organizations, apart from all they just know is who is a Scrum Master, who is a product owner. We do 2 sprints, 3 sprints, and that's where it ends. Even the CEO doesn't even understand what they are doing. Okay? In reality, Agile is not a delivery technique, it is a management philosophy, an operating system. It is something that you need to change so that even when you are implementing Agile, if you don't have a change management work stream, it is dead on arrival. How do you get people to change their mindsets? How do you tell them to release power? Because Agile is about empowerment. I remember those days when we used to do consulting, when you say that we want to change the front line. All those people that give you what you call it? This they just tell you, call it I know this tokens. They give you tokens. They go and wait on the line. Tally number. Thank you. That's what I was asking. No, you understand? Tally numbers. And you tell them that because you tell the people in front that they don't have the power to actually issue or give out money above a certain amount. So when they give you when you pass the check, and so maybe some of us do not even understand. When you give them your check, you go back and sit down, they give a tally number, then that person takes your check, batches it, and goes to give a manager behind, who now sits down comfortably to sign off all these things. Now you now tell that manager that he is no longer needed, that empower the people in front to make the decisions. So it's a mindset change. How do you get them to understand that? When Agile is treated as a team level process, it produces pockets of efficiency. But when it's treated as a management system, it transforms the entire organization. Everybody. So when we teach, we should actually tell them risk management should be there. Sales should be there. Marketing should be there. Everybody involved should be there. Because it won't work if it's just only in the product development department. Next slide. What happens when leadership isn't aligned? It affects how fast we move. There's no speed. They don't understand it. I remember when we went to deploy an approval system in a company. It was the CEO that asked for it. But when it got to a point where, when you want to pay salaries, you, through the system, a document management system, you press, by the press of the button, it goes to the next person. Person goes to the next person. Then when it gets to the CEO, all he or she has to do is just press a button, it goes to the bank, and the bank does the... For 6 months, even after implementation, the CEO did not do that. She could not understand why money will leave without her signing a check. Because she did not understand it. You are taking control from her. Why? Remember, even in some organizations, they sign off budget. That budget that they have signed off, even when you want to spend it, you have to go for approval again to approve it. Now imagine that. You tell the person, sorry, the moment you have signed the budget, you don't need to do that. You have taken control from them. So until you understand the mindset of the C-suite, you cannot get across to them. It affects how safe people feel to take risks. As I say, sorry, if it fails, you sack everybody in that department. We keep saying fail fast. Try it. They will sack all of you. Now, in that kind of situation, Do you think people will be agile in their thinking? They say, it's not me. Before they now sack me, I have family. That's why they say that, see, if somebody is going down a flight of stairs and the person trips, what do? They'll say, get rid of that whole staircase. They don't want to care whether the person was wearing high heels. Nobody wants to bother about that. Because maybe a senior person fell down, get rid of the staircase. So not many people are inclined to actually feel safe in taking risks because of fear and blame. And the last one, it affects people, burnout, disengagement. Not many people want to do it because you have so many things to do and not have a little time to do it. Next slide, please. Agile fails not because teams resist change, but because leaders don't change how they lead. If you don't involve the C-suite in the change effort, there's a major problem. They will not work with you. Okay? You have a 50-something-year-old person, 60-something-year-old person. How easy is it to change that person? Even me, that I've gone to do the Agile certification, I'm still trying to understand why I should go through this process. And you're telling another person that doesn't even know about Agile to just go through like that. It behoves on the leader or leadership to actually change the way they think, the way they do things. If not, it will not work. I only have 10 minutes more. Next slide. Training is not just for the teams. I talked about this a bit earlier. So when I do training now, I don't just train the middle management and the junior management. I try. Sometimes I don't succeed, but I try to get the executive. I'm serious. If you have to do a 5-day training for even it's project management, I try to push for, even if it's a 1-day session for executive ESCO. If not, it's a waste of time. I tell you. That's why you find out that HR keeps telling you, come and do this, come and do this. After some time, they get tired. They don't call you again. Because even the CEO will say, what? I can't see the impact of this. Not knowing that even the impact has not even affected him. But I can't see the impact. Why am I spending millions on training? I'm trying to change habits when he himself has not even changed. Okay? I remember one CEO was chuckling and saying that, these people, this app is not working. I mean, they've downloaded it and can't see the value. Interestingly, even the CEO that was talking had not even downloaded the app. Imagine. But all they hear, what they want, see, if you are in charge of developing an app and deploying it, and you tell the CEO to go and be in front of the promotion to say, we have launched this app, and you don't tell him to download it. The day one of his friends tells him, I have downloaded that app, it's not working. What will he do? He won't do anything, he'll just call you. Francis, how come your app is not working? Simple, they don't want to know. But, Oga, have you downloaded the app first? So I made it a point of duty in my product development lifetime. Before I roll out any product, an app, I must go to all the C-suite executives. They must download the app. There was one, the team was launched. Guess what? I thought everybody had it. But most of my C-suite people had iPhones. And this thing was deployed imagine that. So it's very important that you get everybody involved. You cannot outsource mindset change to Scrum Masters. No, you cannot. The mindset change is for everybody. Next slide. You have to also align, not just changing the mindset, align strategy, funding, and technology in Agile too. In the thinking, when they sit down to say, let's think for the next year, they must think Agile. What are we doing? Projects to product value streams, annual plans to rolling priorities. There must be change in mindset, deployment, funding, technology alignment. All this must change if it's going to work. So it's not just training people. Okay? Agile teams and legacy infrastructure will bring about frustration. Next slide. So 5 executive alignment questions. What decisions must leaders let go of? How do we measure value, not activity? What risk are we willing to take safely? What behaviors do we reward or punish? Are we funding learning or certainty? Next slide. I'll take that one by one. 1. Agile does not remove leadership. It redistributes decision-making to where the knowledge exists. Leaders must consciously let go of what? Tax level decisions. You don't have to be involved in everything. Empower the people to take decisions. My time is up, interestingly. I'll run through leaders, solution design choices, day-to-day prioritization. They must let go of that. What leaders must retain? Strategic direction, guardrails, clear outcomes, and success matrix. The shift is from the shift is from decision-making authority to decision-making architecture. Next slide. How do we measure? Agile organizations focus on what? Customer impact, business outcomes, learning velocity. Next slide. I'll just run through. You can have access to some of these slides. What Agile is not about risk elimination, it's about risk management through small controlled bets. Okay? Now the CEO tells you, I want this app running. It must do everything at once. No, you take it bit by bit. I want this app to tell me my net worth. No, start first. My net worth in Naira. Is it working? Yes. My net worth in dollars. Is it working? My stocks. Is it working? Now, when you have everything together, give me the full thing. Next slide. What behaviors do we reward or punish? Okay? Do we reward collaboration or heroics? Now, you find that in teams, when you say this is a project management team, you start rewarding individual people. It can be an anathema to agile leadership. Look at the outcome of the whole team. I'll try 5. Next slide, please. Are we funding learning or certainty? I think I was talking to somebody the other day. They want this thing fast. All some people just do is they just close one sprint, start another sprint with the same output. You want activity now? Okay, we finish 100 sprints within 2 months or 10 months. You show that you are moving but no motion. Next. So go back, sorry. Yeah. What decisions must leaders let go of? Empower the teams to take the decisions. How do we measure value and not activity? Focus on outcomes. What risk are we willing to take safely? Enable experimentation. What behaviors do we reward or punish? Shape the culture. Okay? Culture is critical. Are we funding learning or certainty? Invest in discovery. Let everybody be able to think. Where you have an executive, the executive alone thinking, that's a problem for the organization. Imagine and you hear some CEO saying that, how come I'm the only person thinking in this organization? Not knowing that he's the reason why they are thinking like that. He's the only person that thinks. Nobody else thinks. He has the monopoly of knowledge. So finally, takeaways. Agile cannot outgrow leadership mindset. If you have somebody thinking waterfall, Agile will not work. But also, not just Agile alone, please note, I dare say, you find out in some cases it's a hybrid, not just Agile alone. Don't think that because you come to these sessions, you think Agile, so it's only Agile that must work in all situations. No, sorry, it doesn't work that way. Find out what works, adapt it to your organization, and make it prevalent everywhere. Training teams without training executives creates friction. I try to do that when I do training, but I don't always succeed, but I try. And I'll continue trying. Alignment must include strategy, funding, and technology. As I said, it goes beyond mindset. It must go across that. Better products come from aligned systems, not heroic teams. I think that's the last. Thank you very much. Over my short time, I found out that, you see, when you put yourself in the place of the executives. I finished. I'm answering questions.
So we have less than 5 minutes. We have just 3 minutes now.
To answer questions. Okay. The thing is that you find that, one, just keep trying. That's one. Two, you have to get your immediate boss to actually understand the process. Because that person will be the person that will actually take your matter to the C-suite. So if the person, your immediate boss does not understand, you have a problem. So it's your own duty to actually evangelize. Go and meet your senior boss and say, Oga, see, CEO wants, we have to change our mindset. We have to change the way we do things. It's going to take 6 to 8 months. Please. And you will actually even do a business case for it. You sit down and do a business case. People are very interested when they see money. You understand? Show them. That's why everything that you do, it may translate to money, naira and kobo. When I went to launch an ATM will not give you money. It doesn't give you, it's not income. It's to feel good. And it's to get people to know that you're actually at the edge of your innovation. So translate all that into naira and kobo, get them to understand, and evangelize bit by bit. Very soon you will get there. It is not a one-day job, please. You are right, it's a trust issue. So, it depends on your results. Over time, your results will speak for yourself. It's as simple as that. If they don't see the results, they will not trust you. There are people like that, they micromanage. It's their nature because they've been burnt in the past. So if you show them that you are trustworthy, that you are very good at pushing out products, and please, mind you, as a product manager, don't wait for that big product to push out. Give out little products to show that you are working, so that even when they are praising you after 6 months, they know that, this guy is working. If you wait, so you divide your product portfolio into the long-term ones and the short-term ones. When they see you delivering on the short-term ones, they will trust you with the long-term ones. But if you wait to only deliver, if you say, I'm going to deliver, let's say, ATM in 2 years, they're like, okay, so what will you be doing for 2 years? Won't I send it and I will pay you salary? They don't understand that. But if you have other things that you are pushing out, or even that ATM, you break it down so that they can see the results bit by bit, they will then trust you. It's something that builds up with time. But please show them evidence of that trust, and they will trust you one of these days. That's life. Because there are some people that just built that way. They don't know any better. But it also depends on you. Even as I keep saying, your boss. Just get your boss to understand. Your boss can help push the message. Thank you.